All right, so you're watching HSN, and tonight what's happening is we are launching a really fun spring event, and we have shows throughout the day that celebrate our outdoor space. And right now, quite frankly, I think we are really considering all of our spaces, and why don't we make those precious spaces that we're kind of stuck in even better? And that's what we're bringing you tonight. We're launching it with our today's special. We'll do that in just a second, but I gotta talk about the pocket hose. It's my favorite hose in the whole wide world. I've been a fan for years. It has been 3 years since we've brought the pocket hose back to HSN. You gotta stick around to see some crazy demos. But the neat thing about it is all of it can fit in a flower pot, and yet it expands to 50 feet. And tonight we have doubled the offer. You're getting a set of 2. Now this is really important. You can get the pocket hose at some of the major retailers out there. You would know the name for sure. One is $20 right now at retail. We've doubled the package and clearly did not double the price. Now here's the deal. I have 10,000 available, and you go, oh, 10,000, that's a lot. No, it's not. And literally when those 10,000 are gone, that is it. They will not be back for the rest of the year. This is literally your only day to be able to get finally a hose that's light, really strong, easy to use, and not bulky and heavy and awkward like a traditional hose. If you haven't tried the pocket hose yet, highly recommend getting it tonight. It'll be coming up later on. Also, this is a customer pick, and I'm totally psyched about this. Imagine being able to create a fountain out of almost anything. It could be a bucket, it could be a pan, it could be, I don't know, whatever your mind can come up with. This actually comes with 4 nozzles that create different experiences, and it looks amazing. And you literally can take anything. If you have a barrel, a bucket, a pail, a pot, whatever it is, you can create this really neat fountain. Now it's coming up later, and it's called Create a Fountain, which is a clever name, right? Here's the neat thing about it is it's battery operated, so the water pump and everything is in there. All you do is place water in it and walk away. You don't have to run a cable or dig wires or anything. It's all self-contained. And what's really neat, you can set it so that it comes on each day and turns off, so you're not running out the batteries. So we're gonna get to that one later. I think it's really an awesome item. Read the reviews before we get to it. All right, so what am I surrounded by? I'm surrounded by magic. And it is our today's special, and we're gonna tell you all about it right now. You know, I really do think now more than ever, we're really evaluating the importance of creating a really amazing and inviting home space. And tonight, we're gonna focus on making the most out of your outdoor space. And it doesn't matter if it's a balcony or a patio or a backyard or a front yard or a porch, or you got a big old mansion. We all wanna take the space that we're spending so much time in and truly create magic out of it. And I think we've 100% done that with this really neat today's special. I am so impressed with the quality. I'm so impressed with the magic behind it. And when you think about any time you're charmed by someone's yard or amusement park, or you go to a beautiful resort, what are the touches that really bring it to life? It's things like our today's special that truly create the magic. Now here's what we have. We have 4 colors available. Unfortunately, because this was wildly popular last hour, 2 of the colors are probably gonna sell out in this show. For sure, the crimson is gonna be gone here in just a second. So I'm gonna get to the colors, and Yvette's gonna join me, and we'll tell you the rest of the story. So right here, you're seeing this beautiful crimson. I'm gonna stop it for 1 second because I want you to see the gorgeous, almost like a beautiful red, deep metallic. And I love the edges go down to a super dark, almost black. It gradiates to that. And that's called crimson. Now, Allison, how many of these do I have left? I can't imagine it's many, but officially, we have 250 left. What's neat is it spins both ways, and also it turns as well, which is so cool. And there's lights, so it lights up. So that's the crimson. The second most popular is this one right here, and it actually is my favorite. This looks so vintage. I have 600 left. We sold like 500 last hour alone. This is called the copper green. So copper green, and again, just magical. Now, this one I envision for all of you who have beautiful flower beds, and they're just a whole array of colors. And or if you're just a color person and you love color, this has golds, it has burgundies, it has reds, blues, and greens in it. And again, that's called the multicolor. And then my final one, I was saying if you love shiplap, or you love that famous couple who redoes all the homes out in Waco, Texas, if you love what I call farmhouse chic, or maybe you have our copper pathway lights that we offered earlier, this one is fantastic. I think it is so beautiful. And again, that one officially though is called bronze. I keep calling it copper, but officially it indeed is called bronze. All right, so let's get into this, and to tell you all about it, Yvette is joining me on Skype. Hi Yvette, welcome back.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Well, I just think...
These are gorgeous.
Well, I think they're absolutely magical, and they're so charming, and they're enchanting.
They definitely are. These are Wind & Weather's most popular spinners, and Wind & Weather, that's been around since 1976, opened their doors over in beautiful Northern California coast, and their passion is outdoors. And what their mission is to bring their customers these distinctive pieces to put in their yard, which is like, it's like a piece of art. That's what it is. But these, what really makes these special is not only, first of all, they're taller than 6 feet. I'm 5'6". Take a look at how tall they are. 2 feet wide, but they have lights. That is what makes them so special. In fact, I'm going to try and cover this up. Let me turn this around. You can see the lights on them. So they have a patented integrated solar panel right inside. And that's what makes them so unique, is that the solar panel it's not obtrusive. It doesn't take away from the design. You can't even tell unless the lights go out. And then what you have is 9 lights on the, you can see it right there. 9 lights on the front, 9 lights on the other side, and then 3 lights actually on the back side of each panel. So no matter which way you spin it, you're getting an amazing light show.
Yeah, it's so cool. And we're gonna bring the lights down here in the studio so you can see them. But I'll tell you, it's even more impressive when you get them at home, because we're under some circumstances that we can't bring all the lights down correctly, but we get pretty darn close. So let me spin this around. There you go. So you're seeing the lights on the front on this one. And then see, there's what she was talking about. See the lights right here. There are 3 lights. So watch what happens when they start going in opposite directions. Hang on one second. So do that way, and then look how magical that is. Now, when it spins, and I'm gonna spin it around, see what's happening? The lights just keep having that fun play of the lights, so it just really creates that magic in your space. And we talked about this last hour, but you know what? It could be a deck, it could be a balcony, it could be a teeny little backyard, it could be a little porch, it could be a big porch, it could be a big house. It doesn't matter. Wherever you put this, in whatever space you have, all of a sudden, it just creates the most, it creates a smile. Like, to me, this is a smile maker. This is something that, you know, someone comes past your house and looks at it and says, okay, that's the coolest thing ever. Or you say, oh my goodness, it's in my backyard, and you're almost mesmerized by it. So here's what we're doing tonight. We have phenomenal price from Wind & Weather. We have 4 flex pays, which means you can pay this off in 4 months. All you need is a major credit card or PayPal. And we even have free shipping tonight, so you're not paying for shipping. The size on this is 75 inches tall. It's 24 inches, so that's 2 feet. It's big, right? It's really a neat size. You can obviously tell here on the set. And then it's 10 1/4 inches wide going this way. So again, whether it spins, the wind, how it moves, it just creates that really memorable space in whatever your yard is or whatever your outdoor space is. Now, if you want the crimson, we're down to the last 190. So we are gonna say goodbye to the crimson before this hour is done. Yvette, can you take us through putting it together and how we actually install it?
Yes, absolutely. So it's going to take you probably about 10-15 minutes to put together. It's really simple. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. That's it. And the pole is going to come in 3 different pieces, and then you're going to just attach the spinner heads on there. Now, the solar element is already included. There's a AAA solar battery in there, which comes already. You don't have to worry about that. And of course, it's powered, compliments of our sun. And I want to show you here, here's your bottom. So you're going to have the stake and 3 additional prongs. So this can go right in the ground. And it is a nice, sturdy pole. That's something that Wind & Weather really paid a lot of attention to, keeping these really sturdy, because even though they get going in only 3 miles per hour of wind, they really, really get going when it's breezy outside, but they're gonna stand their ground. They're not gonna fall over. So you can put them in the ground, or you can have them the way I have them on my lanai here at home, and the way that you have them there, which again, like you said, if you have limited space, this is fantastic to put on a balcony, on a patio. You can put it on a dock. And you know what's great about the light show is that you don't need cords. You don't need an outlet. You don't need an extension cord, nothing like that. And you're gonna get that beautiful light show. You're gonna be able to appreciate it at night as well as during the day.
Well, and just so you know, and what I love to your point is, yeah, you don't have to worry about, oh, I've got an extension cord and I got to run it through the grass and over the hills and to grandmother's house we go to actually get the lights to work. They're solar, so it's going to actually come on and off automatically, so you don't have to baby, you don't have to fiddle with it. And again, it's just such great quality of that. That's what I loved. When I came in, I'm always a touchy-feely person. I'm always like, okay, how good is it? I'm always like, I'm glad I wear rings because then I can bang stuff, right? I think at home, a lot of times, we've been disappointed by kind of these cute little swirly things that go like this, or they're little teeny things that you shove in the ground, and they're made of plastic. And what happens is they fall apart very quickly. Wind and Weather, what I love is they just make phenomenal quality. This is years of enjoyment. This is years of looking fantastic. And part of the way they make the coating process is important, Yvette, because it is designed to look beautiful for years and not rust and not chip. Can you kind of explain that as well?
Absolutely. In fact, that is something that makes me the most proud of to represent Wind and Weather, is that all of their items are powder coated. So these actually, Suzanne, these are mine from my yard that I have gathered. They've been up since December. I live in Florida. They've been beat down with the sun. It rains all the time. The only thing they haven't endured is the snow. However, they can. Wind and Weather is going to give you this beautiful powder coated. And so you understand powder coated, it's actually a pigmented powder that cures to the metal. So it's not going to chip, it's not going to rust, it's not going to fade. You're going to have this season after season, year after year.
Right. And thanks for explaining that, because a lot of people don't really understand how important that powder coating is. It's a technology and a technique where it literally is stuck to it. And that's why it doesn't rust and it doesn't chip and it doesn't fade. They're going to look gorgeous for years and years to come. And again, no wiring, no plugs, no having to run an extension cord to get that magic to happen. You know, do you have that little weird space in your yard where you're like, oh, it's just so boring? Or maybe you're really trying to increase your curb appeal. If you have a beautiful flower bed, you pop this right in the center of it. If you've got a corner that just doesn't have much of a personality, but you don't want to spend a fortune buying a bunch of plants and redoing the whole thing, just pop this baby down in there, and instantly that little lonely space is going to take on a whole new personality. And people will drive by. I promise you, people slow down and say, you've got to tell me where you got that. All right, let me give you a couple more updates. If you want the crimson, this is the red, there are 150 left. So that's on its way to selling out. That's going to be gone here pretty quickly. Then the next one to go back here is going to be the green copper. I love this one. I have 500 remaining, so you guys are loving it too. That's the green copper. This is the multicolor, and again, I just envision this. If you already have a bed of beautiful flowers, maybe you're lucky enough to have a whole floral garden. I'm so jealous. This is going to look amazing because it's going to pull in all of nature's colors and kind of bring the whole thing together. And again, give some texture, give some movement to your garden. Certainly, it's going to be eye-catching. And then finally, this one's the bronze. And again, I talk about if you love shiplap, you love that show, you love maybe modern farmhouse, if you have more of a country style decorating. And again, even if you don't have any of those, it's just great because it's a copper color. We're calling it bronze though. I keep calling it copper because by the way, it totally looks like copper, but we're calling it bronze. And I just think it looks so fantastic. What are some of the other things we should expect from this, Yvette, when we get it at home?
Well, you can expect that everybody who sees it is going to ask you, where did you get that? Because they're just going to be a little bit jealous that it's in your yard and not theirs. But honestly, you're going to have, this is a defining piece of art. It's really going to make a statement. And what's neat about it is it's going to bring some movement to your area. You know, wind patterns are different. So I always catch myself looking out the window. I have a couple of them where I can see them. I look out the window and I just sit there for a moment and I glance at it because, I mean, myself, like everybody out there now, obviously I'm working from home, cooking from home, eating from home, you know, doing everything from home. And you really do, you start appreciating your space just a little bit more. And I catch myself outside, just kind of taking a break from everything. And you're going to really be mesmerized by these because your brain has to engage in watching the movement, which kind of gives it a break from everything else that's going on. But you're going to enjoy these. Your neighbors are going to ask you where you purchased them from because they're going to want them as well.
Oh, yes. And the fact that they're such a nice size. So again,
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting. Tonight I was watching a couple different TV shows. I was watching part of the NFL draft, actually. And they did this whole open, and they showed people coming out on their balconies. I think it was in New York City. And they were all clapping at 8 o'clock because people have been doing that to honor our first responders and all the folks in the hospitals working and et cetera, et cetera. What I noticed is everybody was on their balcony because, of course, they have no yards. And I do think because this is tall, you're going to use that vertical space that's sort of unused on your balcony, and once again, just create that little magical moment. And I think now more than ever, we need those little magical moments. And the only place we can get those is at our home. We don't have any other option. So I think a lot of us, Yvette, are really evaluating our indoor spaces and our outdoor spaces. And we're taking a minute and saying, why is it, if this space does not bring you joy, why isn't it bringing you joy? And really, I think if we're stuck at home, every space should be special. Maybe it's your uncluttering. Maybe you're organizing and you're getting there. Maybe it's that outdoor space you haven't paid much attention to because quite frankly, you don't have time to use it. Well, now it is a time to focus on it. So when you come home and we all get back to normal and we all have those long days at work, when you go back out to your porch or your deck or your yard or your mansion, whatever it is, you sit there and go, I'm glad I took the time to make this space really special. Because it's those moments that we really need to appreciate. And this is part of that magic that creates that whole story.
Yeah, it really does. And you know, there's so many, Wind and Weather has given us so many different finishes. There's something here for everybody's personality. You know that the bronze, which looks like copper, I have one around the front of my house because I happen to have bronze on my door. So it's almost like a architectural, just like an accent piece, you know? And then like the multicolor one, it looks like a kaleidoscope when it's spinning. That one's a little more whimsical. And then the crimson, I mean, I had a neighbor that wanted the crimson because they went to Florida State. So you could even do something that has, you know, a collegiate color or NFL. So, you know, people get, isn't that cool? I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But people get these for different reasons. Like you, I've just looked at my backyard differently, probably because I've sat back here so long. I'm like, wow, that would really look good there. And I think I'm going to put some flowers over there. But you know what's great is I think we're really going to stay conscious of our space and aware of it. And I think we're going to appreciate it even more than we ever did.
Yes. And I think when we get back to being the crazy busy lives we have, we're going to reflect back and say, I'm glad I took the time to make this space special. Because we normally don't have the time to make our spaces special. And so I love that while this could be kind of considered a pretty negative experience, I think we all have an opportunity to come out of the other end with some positive aspects about it. And our home is our special place. And you know what I love about this too, we haven't talked about, Yvette, is renters. Hey, if you're renting and it's a temporary space, guess what? You pick the darn thing up and you take it with you to your next spot. It's not like you're doing a permanent structure that can't go with you when you move. And I also think too, a lot of people who live in temporary spaces or they rent, they're like, well, I'm not going to invest the money in a big, you know, big plants and big flowers and doing a lot of planting because I'm not going to be here and I'm a renter. This is a way you can create that magic without having to buy all that other stuff and then take it with you when you move.
Yes, that's a fantastic point. You can get that color. Maybe you get the multicolor one. Well, you have color in your yard and you don't even have to water it. And it's going to stay beautiful, you know? And like you said, it's that vertical space. So if it's a very small footprint, you know? So really, if you just have that balcony or that deck or what have you, this is just beautiful and it's eye-catching and it's going to be there for you. And remember, you can look at it and just take a little mental escape whenever you want. I know what's coming up because I'm a mom of 2 daughters. Mother's Day what a wonderful
Ooh.
gift would this be for Mother's Day, huh?
Oh, that's such a good idea. And remember, it's really big, so we have free shipping. It's not a pair of earrings that are like, you know, $2 to ship.
Right.
This is much, much bigger. So again, grab it while we have it available. In the crimson, Allison, how many do I have left? All right, guys, I have 90 left in the crimson. That will not make it to the end of the hour, so we're gonna give you an update on that. Girls, so those aren't gonna stand up.
If you touch it,
If I touch it, I'm in trouble. Can we just stick it in the planner, maybe? Oh, come on, you know I'm gonna have to touch it. Can we just throw it in the planner? Sorry, guys, it's live. They're doing something to me that is, that I know I'm gonna mess up. All right, so stay on the line for our HSN, stay on line for our today's special. If you can't go to .com, it's not gonna work. If you can go to, there you go, just shove it in there. That's what I like. Ingenuity. Oh, that looks cute. Close enough. Okay, anyway, let's talk about our HSN card. If you don't have it yet, it's an awesome way to save $20. What happens is when you apply for it and you're approved, and you use it instantly, you're gonna save $20 on whatever it is that you buy at that moment. So if it's our Today Special, for example, you know, all of a sudden it goes from what, 89 to 69? That's a pretty big savings. So check out our card on hsn.com. Okay, the next thing is so cute, and Yvette's not going very far. I'm keeping her around for one more item, and this is adorable, absolutely adorable. And again, it's from the folks at Wind and Weather. This is the painted metal bicycle spinner. So darn cute. Now I have two options here. I only have about 1,000 to go around, and our two options are gonna be the green copper, which I'm gonna show you back to the bronze and to my green copper. And then look at this cute little red one. All right, so watch this. If you're gonna really do your yard up, come on, can you stand it? How cute is this? It can go with this one, which we're calling bronze. So again, I'm gonna show them both together. Both, we can show both. Up a little higher. There we go. There's an option. Or watch this, if I go back to my Today's Special here, this is an exact match with the copper green. So that's the first little bike, and then the other one, which is our little red guy, this one 100% has got to go to the multi. So if you picked up our Today's Special and you really want to add that magic to your yard, take this one back to the multicolor Today's Special. All right, Yvette, tell us about these cuties. They're so adorable.
We were on the same wavelength. I did the same thing that you did. So these are just about 4 feet tall, and you can go both ways. You can just keep them empty like this. This is our copper and our verdigris, or rather our bronze and our verdigris. I actually have them in planters. They are constructed the same way as the spinners, a little bit smaller, so you can put them in a planter, or you can put them right in the ground. Again, perfect for that limited space. And then here is the multicolor one. Now here I've put some faux flowers in the baskets. You can go that route also. But look at how darn cute the little spokes, which are actually petals, they spin with the wind. So those little spokes are gonna be just going really, really, really fast when the wind gets going, and you're gonna be able to sit there and enjoy these in your yard as well.
It's so cute. Now, I know we can't see it close up, but my producer and I are both completely charmed that you put real flowers in the baskets on the one.
Cute, right?
So, I can't even stand it. It's so adorable. You know what'd be really cute? You know what'd be really cute? If you're a real estate agent and you're showing a house, let's say you're having an open house, can you imagine putting this on the front and then putting your business cards in this, and they could take the business cards when you walk away? Okay. Anybody who's in real estate, go ahead and steal my idea. That's fine. I will not be insulted. I'll be quite pleased. But just so adorable and so cute. Now the size on this, sorry, I'm trying to juggle these at the same time, comes in at 20 inches high by 9.5 by 48, or excuse me, 20 inches long by 9.5 wide by 48 inches high. So I do like them because they are a little bit shorter than, say, well, actually it's funny because these are pretty substantial, but I think that really gives you a great idea how big the Today's Special is.
Absolutely, those spinners are ginormous. But these are really nice. Again, this is a wonderful gift. I have a very good friend that loves biking. She's getting one for her birthday. I hope she's not watching tonight. But little accent, so many places in your yard or your garden because they're a little smaller, you can put them right in a flower bed. Again, this one goes right in my front yard, and it does match up with my bronze spinner. So you had the right idea here. But again, I want you to remember, because it's wind and weather, these are powder coated. So they're going to hold out in the elements for you.
We have the red, and then we have the bronze green, the copper green. Stay on the line for that. Miss Yvette, thank you, darling.
Thank you so much.
It's good seeing you. We'll take a look at today's special again throughout the day. But I do want to mention that April is our Customer Appreciation Month here at HSN, and all month long, HSN Cares is giving away $1,000 every day to charities nominated across the country. Today's charity was chosen by Sydney Nadeau. I hope I said that right. She's nominated Outdoors Again, which plans and organizes activities and trips such as camping, fishing, horseback riding, concerts, and sporting events for paralyzed and handicapped individuals with wheelchairs to assist with reintegration into social settings. Cindy is very grateful for the support her daughter receives from Outdoors Again. And Cindy says, my daughter became a quadriplegic after a car accident. This organization has given her many opportunities to feel, quote unquote, normal again by getting her out and about, living life as she normally would, enjoying all things she never thought would be possible again. So thanks to Cindy, Outdoors Again will be receiving today $1,000 from HSN Cares. Visit the HSN Cares page on hsn.com to learn more about all the charities that have been chosen this month by you guys. And we do love doing this. It's one of my favorite things we do all year long. Okay, so here's what's happening next. We have to talk about hoses because it's important, because it's that time of year where we need them. And we have our favorite pocket hose back. It's been 3 years. We have literally a one-day deal, and I think they're all going to sell out before the day's over. It's not one. You actually get a 2-pack at an incredible price. Now listen to this. From when I announced this was coming up, we have sold almost 700 pairs. And Tom Wise is joining me to jump into it and tell us why we love the pocket hose. Hey, Tom.
Hi, Suzanne. That's remarkable.
Yeah.
Well, it's a simple solution. Everybody who has one of these beasts understands that they're large and they're unruly and they're hard to deal with. As a matter of fact, Suzanne, this is my hose. I have replaced it with the pocket hose a couple of years ago. I had this up against the garage. I had to dig it out as a sample just so I could bring it in to show everybody, to remind everybody why you don't need this. They built a better mousetrap. This is 25, 30 pounds. Ugh, that goes over there. This is your pocket hose. This weighs about a couple of pounds. This will allow you to water 50 feet away, and you're going to get 2 of them, as Suzanne said. So you get 100 feet of hose. That was 50 feet. Who knows how much that weighs? Who knows how expensive it is? You've got now 2 50-feet hose, the most popular hose, pocket hose, expandable pocket hose that HSN has ever offered. It's the Pocket Hose Bullet. This is also the improved version. It is 6 times stronger. This is 6 times stronger than the original. You're looking at no seams to burst, nothing to tear. It is leak-proof, tear-proof, kink-proof, and tangle-resistant. Then you've got the special amber tip. How many times has somebody inadvertently driven over the hose, right? You end up bending this up, and then it's virtually useless. You got to cut it off to make the replacement. Not necessary. Now you're not struggling anymore. This weighs a couple of pounds. This is 50 feet of hose. You know how long it is when it sits in my hand like this? It's about 20, 25 feet. Then when you turn on the water, it expands to 50 feet, not a half of an inch, but a full 3/4 of an inch in diameter. So you're going to get a lot of water. And if that wasn't enough, no wonder we sold 700 first. You'll also get the specialized tip. This is the specialized nozzle tip that's included. You can remove this. If you've got a special nozzle that you want to put on, fine. But the specialized tip is also included. You've got tight seal connectors on both tips and also the access port to the hose bib. So you're not going to get a bunch of leaking. This is going to go on easily. It's going to actually be on when you buy the hose. And then you can spray it, adjust the spray from a pinpoint to a fine mist, because maybe you want to water some plants, you want to use the fine mist, and then you've got full power as an option. Turn it on, then it goes full power. That's if you're filling up the pool, you're filling, where are these props coming from? Filling up a water jug, or you're just watering more plants or watering the bushes or watering or washing the car. That's what we're talking about. Then, when you're done using the hose, turn it up, it shrinks back up to the original 25 feet. Then you'll drain it, curl it up, ball it up, stick it back in the planter. We suggest putting it back in the house, draining it, putting it back in the house to extend its life. Look at this. You're going to get that nozzle that's included. You're going to pinpoint the mist and the full power. Then you're going to have the opportunity to take a 50-foot hose and put it in a planter and store it. Now, if you've got perhaps 2 hose bibs, you need to have 2. Maybe you have that need for a 100-foot hose. Well, you've got enough. How about RVs? How about camping? Areas where small spots are very, very important in order to have a, space is important. So you've got 2 hose bibs, you need 2, but this is super compact, it's super lightweight, no more wrestling, no more using an unruly hose that's too heavy and unmanageable.
Sure.
Solid with HSN's bestseller.
Well, let me tell you kind of what happened too, because it's super cool. We have not had the pocket hose on for 3 years. Now, right now, you can actually go to one of your local big retailers, and they do have it out there, but for one of them, it's $20. So as Tom mentioned, we've doubled up the offer. You're actually getting both of these for $29.95. And I love we have 4 flex on this too. Spread your payments out over 4 months. Why get these? Because to Tom's point, these kind of hose, this is what's miserable. The only time this hose is actually neat is the day you bought it. And once you opened it up, it just is a hot mess for the rest of your life. And they get hard and they get crusty and they get broken. And they're just so incredibly heavy. This is about 30, 35 pounds for 100 feet. Look at this pocket hose. Here's what's crazy. I have one of the 50-foot hoses. The entire 50-foot hose is in the teeniest little pot in the entire world. And that's why people have fallen in love with it. Now, what I also love too is if you've got that space. As you said, Tom, the RV, for us, it's our boat. You know, boats are small spaces. We always have to wash the boat down. The pocket hose is perfect for that. If you say, oh my gosh, I've got one of these big cruddy hoses, and no one ever winds it up correctly. It's always all over the yard because no one wants to bother with it. You're gonna love the pocket hose. Now, Tom, I have to give a quick update too. Right now, we've sold how many at this point? Almost 800 have already been ordered, and this is really important. We brought in 10,000 for the day. Now you think, oh, that's a whole lot. And 10,000 is a lot, but here's the problem. Once that 10,000 is done, we are not bringing this back. So this is your only opportunity for the whole rest of the season and the rest of the year to be able to get this before it sells out. And I believe it will sell out today. Now look what happens. Look how crazy this is. Do you see it's actually growing? It's taking on a life of its own, but it's not heavy. It's not hard to deal with. It'll go over the flower beds without ruining them. And then here's what I'm gonna do. So you see how it's growing? Can you guys see that? It just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. And again, this is 50 feet. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up that nozzle, and you'll see very quickly that as I let the water out, you'll see it starts to shrink. You guys will see it starts to shrink, 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 and it goes back into that teeny little size. Now, I know you've got a great demo, Tom, that I wanted everybody to see because I thought it was awesome.
Sure. And you know, Suzanne, it's 6 times stronger, so you're going to talk about no more leaks, no more tears, no more bursts. But I want to talk about how tough the tip is. I've got a cement block. I've got the tip in position. I'm going to put on my safety glasses. Crazy. And I've got a hammer. All right? Let's see if this works. You know what? Well, it's this isn't breaking because this is too soft. Good heavens. There we go. I finally put a little muscle into it. Look at this. It's still not a problem. The brick broke, but not the amber tip of the pocket hose. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, actually. And explain the construction of the pocket hose, too. What makes it flexible but so strong?
Well, it's the way that it's made. You've got the problem with the early expandable hoses, Suzanne, is that the exterior wasn't tough enough. You've got a special weave now going on, 6 times stronger, so they've taken out any seam, so a seam can't burst. It's tangle-proof, it's kink-resistant, so it's easier to operate. Even if a car is rolled over this wheel, you're still going to get water out of it. And the beautiful part about it is when you're all done, turn it off, you saw it, shrinks up, and then you put it inside a little container like this.
Yeah, I love the fact you can hide it, because there's nothing more unsightly than a hose just laying over all on the yard, or it's on a sidewalk. Or have you ever seen people try to put an old-fashioned hose back on a hose hook? And it looks awful. And it's so nice that this tucks away to such a small little space.
Yeah, I mean, it's less than 3 pounds. I weighed it today. It wasn't even 2 pounds, but let's call it 2 pounds. So you're looking at 2 pounds versus 15, 20, 25 pounds with a hose. It's easy. It's the newest and it's the best way to use a hose. The hose, Suzanne, I don't know if you saw this in the beginning, but this is my actual hose. I took this out of commission a couple years ago, put it against the garage on some odd chance I might need it for something sometime. It was buried in dirt. I had to dig it out, had to wind it up to bring it inside for the presentation, because I replaced it with the pocket hose. It's the way to go. No more struggling, no more winding, no more anything. You've got the pocket hose, lightweight. I'm not worried about, wrenching my back, trying to get that thing in the condition. No more dealing with an unruly hose.
Right, well, and I'll just give you an example. Okay, so I'm holding this. I mean, even for me, I have this theory. I think it's true. If anything is too hard or too cumbersome or too awkward, we tend to avoid it, like anything, So I think a lot of us have a desire to have a beautiful plants and have a garden and maybe want to grow vegetables. But when we start dealing with something like this, consciously or subconsciously, we're like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. It's such an awful mess. We just don't do those projects we'd like to do. Even something as simple as, I could save a lot of money if I washed my own car. But I think when you get the pocket hose, all of a sudden you actually want to do those things because you don't have the hassle of an old-fashioned hose.
No, there's no doubt about it. Now, I use this hose all the time to refill this little planter and get to the plants way out in the front of the house. I use this hose all the time to, I wash off a citrus tree that I've got in the back. It's getting a little bit of disease on it, so I spray it, then I spray it again, spray it down with the hose. And I'm thinking, if I did any type of traveling, if I was in an RV, if I was doing a little bit of camping, this is ideal. This could almost fit in a backpack. It certainly tucks away. When you're in one of those, packing for camping or packing your RV, space is a premium. This is lightweight, weighs a couple of pounds, it takes up almost no space at all. I love the fact that it's about 25, actually not even 25 feet when it's not being used, and then when it expands, it gets thicker and it gets all of 50 feet. The thing of it is it's still a quality hose. It's not a half of an inch, but it's a full 3/4 of an inch, so you're going to get a full flow. Plus, you've got the nozzle on the Suzanne, so you can go from a pinpoint to a spray if you're going to spray the plants, and then you can go full power.
Yeah.
Full power when you're washing the car or filling up the bucket.
Tom, we got a couple questions. One, can you take the little spray nozzle off? And two, can you hook them together?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can, and yes, you can. You can definitely take up the nozzle off, and you can also connect them together, so you can get the full 100 feet.
So if you need the full 100 feet, yeah. And again, this is going to be the best hose you've ever used. You're going to fall in love with it. The fact you can just finally put that dumb hose away and not have to see it, and take it out with ease and use it. It's awesome. Remember, we're the only place that has a 2-pack, and when these are gone, that's it. They're not coming back for the rest of the year, so it's a perfect time to stock up. And we haven't featured them in 3 years, and we brought the latest version in just for you at the special price. Tom, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure, Suzanne.
All right, great chatting with you. Hey, do me a favor if you want, check out all of our smart deals on hsn.com. It's a great way to see some very special deals we have for a very limited time. So check it out. It is available on our website. There's our today's special. You see a lot of smart deals. There it is. There's the pocket hoses. And if you can, please use automated ordering, or even better, go to hsn.com. It's a couple of clicks and you'll get our pocket hoses instantly before they are sold out. And I predict they will sell out before our big spring event is over today, because that's all I have for the rest of the year. All right, so let's move on to my next item, and this is really, really neat. I'm very excited about this next item, and Matt Davis is joining me. This is a motion-activated LED outdoor wall sconce, and it's a 2-pack. And I love it because it's a triple S story. So Matt Davis is joining me via phone. Matt, how would you describe the triple S story?
Hey, Suzanne, thanks for having me tonight. This is the motion-activated outdoor LED wall sconce 2-pack, and I call it the Triple S because it does 3 things that we want in outdoor lighting. the 3 S's, as I call them. Number 1 is safety. So if you're arriving home, you pull up your car in the driveway and you have these lights outside, they're going to turn on automatically and welcome you home. So you're not going to trip and fall. You can see the keyhole on the door. That's the first S. The second is security. So maybe you're indoors watching your favorite hostess ever on HSN, of course, Suzanne Runyon, and the light comes on, and you say, wait a minute, somebody or something is moving around out there. These are motion activated, so it kind of makes you aware of your surroundings and makes people, maybe somebody coming up to the door knows that you know that they are there. And the final S may be even more important than the other two. My wife taught me a long time ago, you're not putting anything on the house that looks ugly. This is stylish. This is safety, security, and style all in one. These are battery operated, but don't be afraid. One set of batteries, it takes 4 C-cell batteries. One set of batteries will last up to 1 year of average use. All you do is pop your 4 batteries inside, as you see there, and you can place this unit anywhere. There's no wires to run. All you have to do is put 2 screws in the wall. Maybe this is you're flanking your front door. Maybe it's your garage door. Maybe it's your side door and the back door of your house. You can put these in around a deck, a patio, a fence. You're only limited by your imagination. This is Maxa. This is quality. This is also completely weatherproof. So you're going to be able to use these year after year after year, and you're going to get that beautiful, beautiful lighting. Again, we love our electricians, but we don't want to pay them so much money. This is one of those do-it-yourself improvements that you can do that you're going to absolutely adore.
And I got to tell you, Matt, they really look amazing.
Aren't they great?
Like when you said stylish, like I was in on the first 2. I'm like, okay, safety, good. We love safety. Security, sure, love that. And then you're right. These are absolutely stylish, and no one would ever in a million years know that they were not wired in. This is amazing to me. So here it is. These are 2 black.
Look at them. You got the 3 most popular colors.
Yeah.
We have the 2 black, you get the 2 bronze, or the 2 white, totally up to you.
And Matt,
so you can match the look of your house.
And let me give an update. If you want the 2 sets of white, we have less than 100 left in the white.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so those are really, really limited. So a couple things too, no wires, no electrician. So they operate how? And do they, if they're motion activated, will they activate during the day?
No, they will absolutely not. They have a light sensor built in, so the motion activation will only work at nighttime when it's dark. The 2 little adjustments on the front there, you can actually adjust, will they come on at dusk or will they be activated when it's a little bit darker? So you can decide, you can really customize how you want these lights to work for you. And again, you're going to see how easy these are to use. When you get them home, you're not going to believe, you're going to say, at this value, why didn't I get a couple sets? Because you can put them anywhere around the outside of the house.
That's a great point. And speaking of the value, normally these are $82. And tonight they're $47.95. And they even feel right. They have the right heft to them. You know how you get you'll see some kind of decorative lights and you're like, those are a little flimsy. These really do feel like beautiful, outdoor lights. And even when you see them in person, again, no one in a million years would ever know these are battery operated. They would think you spent a fortune buying these 2 beautiful lights. And what I like, Matt, to your early point, you said your wife doesn't let you put anything up ugly on the walls. I'm that kind of woman. I love the idea of having more light, especially in places where I don't want to send wires, I can't get wires to, I don't have a plug for it. What an awesome way. If you have maybe a side door and you just like, wow, I wish I had some security light back there. Perfect for that. It might be a shed in the back of your property and you'd like to have some extra lighting out there. Why not go for gorgeous and get the benefits of getting a nice bright light?
I love that. That's exactly right. I mean, maybe you have a shed, like you say, that doesn't have electricity run to it. So you're going to call an electrician and have them run the wire and dig a hole in the yard or go up in the attic. I mean, I don't know about you, but I like this solution a lot better, a lot easier. And by the way, this is LED, so that means it's going to give you a super bright LED light, nice clean, crisp, bright white light, and you're never ever going to have to change a bulb on any of these.
Oh, that's awesome.
They're really terrific.
Something else that's nice too is if you were to go shop on hsn.com, you actually can see one of these, and it's sold out right now, but you'll see the price is $50 on our website. So the fact you're getting two of these now for under $50 is incredible. Then you add 3 flex pays, you pay it off in 3 months, use any major credit card, and then on top of that, you still have your choices. Unfortunately, the white is going to sell out here in just a second. Then we have that beautiful, I think we're calling it copper. Yeah, is that copper or bronze? I think it's
they're
copper.
calling it bronze, but I think it looks a little bit more coppery to me.
Oh, it totally, so that's the really bronze, right?
Gorgeous.
Okay, guys, it totally looks like copper. And if you picked up our today's special in the bronze, these are all in the same family. So we're calling it bronze, but it is copper. And then of course your classic black. I was saying this earlier, Matt, you might have missed it, but we're getting ready to sell our home because we downsized dramatically. And I'm trying to put in a whole lot of special touches around the house without breaking the bank. So I want the biggest bang for my buck because I want to get the biggest buck when I sell the house.
Absolutely.
I have the perfect place for this, and I'll tell you where it is. I have a guest house out by our pool area. It has no electricity running to these outdoor kind of French doors. And it would be beautiful to put the black ones on both sides of it. Instantly, that will make that space look so much more expensive.
Really makes it look homey. And again, you're getting those 3 S's, the safety, security, and style, and you're doing it with Max at an amazing value, only at HSN.
I'm totally getting the black ones. I 100% gonna get the black ones and do it, because I'm painting my back house gray, white, and black. So these are perfect.
Beautiful. Love it.
Matt, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.
Yeah, you take care. Bye-bye. Okay, let me give you a reminder of our today's special if you haven't seen it yet. Wow, we've sold over 2,100 in just this show tonight. In that beautiful crimson, we're down to the final 80. That's it for the crimson. Now, understand that what's gonna happen is we're gonna replay that midnight airing over and over all night long. So the crimson 100% will not be available later today. So if you were thinking about that red, you don't wanna wait. Now, if you want the green copper, we're down to the final maybe 400 in that. That will not last all day at all. What's going to be left will be the bronze you're seeing right there, or the multicolor, which has the reds and the yellows and the greens. It's really cool. So if you'd like to pick it up, get it now. It spins 2 different ways, plus it spins around, it goes this way, and it lights up, and it's all solar powered, which is really special. So check it out on hsn.com if you'd like to see more details. All right, so coming up next, stick with me, because we're going to make a beautiful fountain basically anywhere you want. It's so cool, you gotta see it. I don't want you to miss out, and it's coming up next.
I'm on a hunt for the things that make life easier. You know, the products you can't live without. It's all about having the right tool for the right job. Come join me every Saturday at 7 a.m. to find out what makes me say, now that's clever.
April is Customer Appreciation Month at HSN. While the world is changing, one thing will never change. You're part of our family, and we want to say thank you. It's Customer Appreciation all April long on HSN and hsn.com.
G by Juliana is for the confident, fashionable, amazing woman. She can expect to feel comfortable. She can also expect a lot of compliments. They'll be asking, who are you wearing?
You know, we get excited about products because my producer and I are both buying those lights we just had on. I'm like, I'm gonna get 2 sets of the black. That's such a good price. I know exactly where I'm gonna put them. Anyway, what are we doing today? Well, we're really focusing today on our outdoor space. And I think now more than ever, we want every space in our home, whether it's indoor or outdoor, to be magical, because we're kind of stuck there a lot. And what a great opportunity to make that happen. And today we've got the products to do that. This next one, I have fallen head over heels over. I am so into this next item, because who doesn't love the idea of a beautiful fountain? I mean, have you ever gone to Las Vegas and you see the Bellagio and they've got the big fountains, or you see a fountain show, or someone's just got a really nice fountain in a town square? Well, there is something really peaceful and magical about it. And we have a way where you literally can create a fountain out of almost anything. almost anything can become a fountain. It is a completely self-contained system. So you get the tower, you get the battery compartment because it requires 4 D-cell batteries to work, and you get 4 what are called dancing water attachments. It's totally self-contained. So a bowl or a bucket or something else, a tin, can all of a sudden become a really cool fountain and centerpiece. Imagine just the centerpiece of your dining room table having its own fountain. Absolutely so cool. All right, I'm gonna get Lorna on the phone. She's joining me to tell us more about this customer pick. Hi, Lorna, welcome to HSN. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Suzanne. Welcome to my London home in England.
Oh, wow, we're so excited. Well, you know the English, they do understand gardening and they do love their fountains.
Absolutely. And Belmont Garden, they've been going for over 20 years. And what they wanted to do is bring you beautiful water features, but ones you can create out of anything that you already have in your home, in your yard. You just add water, push a button, and choose your color.
And to explain to everybody how this works, if you will, because it's kind of hard to get your head around a fountain that doesn't need a cord or a plug or anything like that.
Absolutely. You don't need a plumber, Suzanne. You don't need an electrician. All you have to do is add 4 D-cell batteries. The pump is contained within the fountain. So you just put it into a container. As long as it's 12 inches across and you have 3 inches of water, that's all you need. You may have your grandmother's old pail. You may have a big candy dish you don't know what to do with. And we all know, Suzanne, fountains can cost thousands of dollars, the really big ones. And we all know when we go on holiday, we love seeing fountains. And because we're staying at home at the moment, why not bring that holiday feeling into your yard, onto your balcony, sit back and listen to the sound.
Yeah, it's incredibly peaceful, isn't it?
And you get the 4 dancing water attachments, as you mentioned. I'll show you those in a minute. They are incredible.
Yeah, if you don't mind, Lorna, I'm gonna give a quick update. If you want the antique white, I have 40 left, 40, that's it. By the way, featured price on sale. We have 3 flex pays, so I have 40 left, okay? You do get the 4 nozzles, which I know Lorna's gonna explain in just a second. Then I have terracotta, that's my second choice. And then I have 300 left in the terracotta. And then do we have any left in the bronze? Okay. And the remainder, I've got a couple hundred available in the bronze. So we have 3 color options. So Lorna, I was very, very surprised for such a petite fountain at how clever the dancing nozzles are.
Absolutely. So I'm over here, I'm in my London home, and I want to show you the different patterns you can get, because we all know the sound of running water, it can calm you down, it can relax you. On hot days, it can cool you down. So this is the umbrella spray I've got here, but it's as easy as just taking it off, and I'm going to put on the pirouette. So I change up the look. So you'll see that in a second. Look at this, it's a different look. And then I've also got 2 more. The shower spray. This for me is like when you go to Italy and you see those amazing town square fountains, and it's bringing that feeling of being away into your life at home at the moment. And then finally, the kinetic water spinner. This one is mesmerizing. It makes the water spin round and round. And Suzanne, you get birds, you get butterflies. Nature loves running water.
Oh my gosh.
And it's got
but Lorna, you know what's neat is you can use them indoor or outdoor because they just don't take up much space. Can you imagine if you had a buffet for Thanksgiving and you had this set up kind of like I do in my center one? We've got a big outer bowl and then we have the smaller inner bowl and we did plants all the way around it. But imagine if that was just Christmas bulbs all the way around it with lights inside there, or maybe it's going to be all your Thanksgiving fall leaves around here. It would just be so amazing to use this even as a centerpiece.
It would, and at Christmas time too, holly, ivy, you name it, and it has a 1 to 4 hour timer, Suzanne. So you set it for 1 to 4 hours, and then every day it will come on at the same time. So you may think 6 p.m., that's the time I want to relax, get my book, get a cup of tea, and you can make literally anything that holds water into a fountain that looks like it cost hundreds of dollars. That's your secret. And you mentioned earlier with the Today Special about renters. If you're renting and you install a fountain, you usually can't take it with you. With the Belmont Garden fountain, you can take it indoors, outdoors, and even if you move home.
I want to show this one too because I think it's so clever, Lorna. So I love it. So this outside is basically a big tin pan, right here. This is the outside, and then there's a pot on the inside, and you plop this inside that. It doesn't matter, right? But there's bird seed here. So can you imagine? I know you can actually feed the birds, enjoy the birds fluttering by. They can get a little drink of water if they need it, and just have that great, beautiful, relaxing atmosphere. You know, and Lorna, it's kind of been our theme tonight too, is how do you take your space that unfortunately we are all forced to spend a lot of time in and make it magical? And much like our today's special, always fountains do that. I mean, how often do people just sit around and enjoy a lunch or read a book near a fountain because it's such a lovely experience?
Absolutely. And Suzanne, the best thing is I've just put it from one container into another in seconds, making a different look. D-cell batteries, on average, it needs 4 of them. They'll last for up to 200 hours.
Wow.
It's an hour a day. That's 200 days, 6 months worth of just sitting back, relaxing and enjoying a water feature. They are so versatile, and it's all about having fun, Suzanne, getting creative, thinking, okay, I'm at home a lot more. What have I got lying around the yard that I could turn into a fountain that doesn't need the sun? This is not solar. It doesn't need wiring in or cords. It runs off secret batteries inside, and you can create looks like this in seconds.
Oh, I love it. I just think it's so very, very clever. Now, do you have one that do you have one sitting beside you can show us where the batteries go? I guess we can show on the video, can't we?
Yeah. I can turn this one off if you like and show you.
Yeah, sure,
so
please
easy.
do. Okay.
So hidden inside, there is a pump, and that's where the 4 batteries go. It's so easy. You literally pop in your 4 batteries, you put it into a container, you add some water, push the button, 1 to 4 hours, set it and forget it, and then it comes on every 24 hours for you. And it is creating that happy place in your home at the moment, on your balcony, in your yard, that you can go to, and it just makes you feel relaxed, calm, and soothed.
It 100% does not surprise me, Lorna, that this is a customer pick. So I'm gonna take 1 second and read a few of the reviews because they're fabulous reviews on this. One gal says, and this is Roberto in North Carolina, all my neighbors wanna come and sit and listen to the sounds of my gurgling little fountain tucked inside my flowers. Kitty in Virginia says, so easy to set up, beautiful to look at, and the sound of the running water is so pleasant. We're so pleased with our fountain. Madam Missary in Georgia, she says, it's so soothing to hear the water. You would think that it was lots of money, but so affordable. And I love what we're shown on the video too. Be creative. You know, do you have that pot in the front of your yard that's just got some flowers in it? Well, imagine just reimagining it and using the fountain. Also, what I love is you can use it indoors, Lorna. I mean, imagine in your home, just in the corner of maybe your entrance or your foyer, having this set up, and that's what welcomes you when you come home after a long day.
Absolutely. It is so versatile, indoors, outdoors. You just add the container that holds water, pour in the water, push that button. The 1 to 4 hour timer does all the work for you. Lasts on average up to 6 months with those D-cell batteries. So you've got a lot of time to sit back, relax. You just choose your favorite color and then think, what container have I got at home that I could turn into a grand looking fountain? And your secret is it's battery powered.
Well, something else would be really fun too. If you've got a wedding coming up, and I know it's not right now, but let's think a few months down the road, how amazing would this be to use as main centerpieces on the tables? And then decorate around it. I mean, come on, wouldn't that blow everybody away at the wedding? That you literally had a fountain on every single table? That would be crazy great.
It really would. There's no limit, basically. It's all about getting creative, just pushing that button. I've just changed it from a modern look to, this is an old pot I've had in my yard for years. I've instantly made it into a grand looking water feature without needing the sun, wiring in, the plumber coming out. This is all being created by you at home to enjoy whilst we're spending this special time with our families inside or outside in our yards.
And to your point, it is so incredibly relaxing. And also there is something, and I know I read it somewhere, that if you're near a water fountain, it's actually helping the oxygen in the air around you. So there's a lot of benefits to actually having a fountain nearby. You can even feel it here in the studio. The atmosphere feels different because of the moving water.
Absolutely. And if you take off, you've got 4 dancing water attachments, Suzanne. If you take them off, the bubbler birds go crazy for the bubbler feature. They just love to come and drink and bathe and cool down. But if you want something a bit more fancy, look at the pirouette. It's incredible. Just choose your color.
It's great. All right, so 4 of the nozzles come with it, and you get the unit itself. Miss Lorna, thank you. I know it's late there in England, but we appreciate you being with us, okay?
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye, Lorna. And again, stay right there. We have 3 color options, the antique white, we have the terracotta, we've got the bronze. And read the reviews. They are exceptional on this. We've got such a good price tonight. Hey, don't forget to go to hsn.com. We are celebrating the great outdoors, and we want to make your space really special, and you can see all the great products we have right there. Coming up next is an encore look at our very popular Today Special.